Now to our special continuing series, Campus Undercovered. NBC investigative correspondent Ronan Farrow is exploring some of the challenges facing today's college students. Ronan, a fascinating story yesterday. What do you got today?
Good to see you guys. A really big problem today, not necessarily a new one, but it's got some new twists. If you think of high-profile scandals on campus, there is probably one factor in common. And you might be saying to yourself, I have heard this before, maybe I've lived it. Kids drink on campus. Not a big surprise. But as I said, there are new twists. We're going to give you a look at them, from the way students today are drinking to how schools are now intervening. September 18th at a party near Arizona State University. A 17-year-old chugging a bottle of straight vodka. He tells us he was okay afterwards and that he did it on a $5 bet.
It's like Russian roulette with a firearm. Drinking a whole bottle of vodka is the equivalent of close to 17 drinks. That produces a blood alcohol level that pushes you very close to the lethal dose where it would kill half the population.
Welcome to a new generation of extreme drinking on campus.
Stanford is now banning hard liquor at all undergraduate parties on campus.
And a new wave of crackdowns. Stanford in August joining a growing list of schools to ban hard alcohol on campus, alongside at least 10 others, including Dartmouth last year. It's the latest response to an age-old problem with new twists.
You don't eat, you get drunker faster. You'll feel high faster if you couple, cocaine with, Adderall. Everything is about getting faster, getting that instant pleasure.
Everyone around me was drinking so heavily, and it was just like shot after shot after shot.
Allison, Dana, and Jen are Chicago area college students.
When I would go to campus parties, you drank to get drunk, and then whatever happened, happened.
Over the last 10 years, the number of young people drinking while underage has declined. But at the same time, the intensity of underage drinking has increased.
We're seeing over the last 15 years an increase in emergency room visits, an increase in deaths. We talk to college administrators. They tell us 15 years ago they did not have this number of students being taken to emergency rooms.
George Koob heads the National Institute on Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism. Koob says young women, historically lighter drinkers than men, are now drinking more. How many of you think there is a new, more extreme form of drinking happening on campus now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Does that seem different from how our parents drank?
Yeah.
Yes.
Different, they say, in the way today's students are combining binge drinking with other substances. Are you guys seeing more drinking plus stimulants?
Yeah.
I know cocaine is one of, probably the one that I'm thinking
Cocaine.
of.
Yeah,
cocaine is huge.
It's almost normal.
It's
now.
normal, yeah.
And different in the way students now combine drinking with other behaviors.
If I knew that I was going to be drinking at night, then I would not eat beforehand.
Like starving before drinking, for drinkers raised in a culture of calorie counting and looking to get drunker faster. It's even got a new buzzword, Drunkorexia. Do you all feel Drunkorexia is real?
Yes.
What I was taught was, if you don't eat before you drink, you're gonna get drunk quicker.
And that's a good thing.
Yeah, that's great.
This may be very different from a previous generation of drinkers.
Dipali Rinker, a professor at the University of Houston, recently released a new study of 1,200 students.
They are starving themselves, they're restricting calories, they're over-exercising. As many as 80% of heavy college drinking students were engaging in some of these behaviors.
80%?
Up to 80%, yes.
I almost died last year. I was hospitalized for 3 weeks.
I got to such a low and unhealthy weight that my body just couldn't keep up anymore.
This collision of trends has left schools scrambling.
Every time we find a way to reduce or address these problems, something else comes up.
The latest so-called fix, those alcohol bans. But while the list of schools with bans is growing, it's not clear yet if they're effective. Do these college alcohol bans work?
The truth is we really don't know.
I was an RA. I wrote up plenty of people who were drinking in the dorms. I don't think it did anything.
For me, I was like, okay, well, you're not gonna let me. I'm gonna do it somewhere else.
We have health class, we have sex ed. I don't remember ever going into what happens if you do drink? It was just don't drink.
Is there a risk that these bans can just push the problem underground?
There certainly is. Colleges should be cautious before they just hit the ban button.
If you tell someone you can't do something, they're going to do it. They're going to find a way to do it. It can end up being just a horrible tragedy.
The experts we spoke with say it's not that alcohol bans are a bad idea per se. They just have to be part of a larger, more open conversation and effort to educate students about drinking. And the students we spoke with, guys, agree. That's their sentiment here.
Well, that's when they say it keeps changing, and every time we come up with a remedy, it changes. That's why the core issue, the root problem, is what really needs to be addressed.
Everyone wants a quick fix, and you saw in the last month in response to, sexual assault issues on campus, Stanford enacted this ban. It's not a quick fix, whatever it is.
I've got 3 kids, one of them getting close to this age, and it's terrifying.
This whole series is, I know, giving a lot of parents a pit in the feeling of their stomach, but you know what? Just open conversation is the answer in so many of these subjects.
It's important, and you've got one more story for us tomorrow, Ronan.
Back tomorrow. I'll see you then. It's a particularly painful and explosive one. Looking forward to it.
All right, thank you.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.